What's going on, guys? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Robots in Disguise, Windblade. Now, she's officially part of the Minicon Weaponizers line. However, she does not come with any Minicon Weaponizers, so, take that as you will. But she is, of course, compatible with, these guys, or at least the Minicons that come with these guys. So, anyway, this is Windblade. And she is very, very red. There's actually quite a bit of paint to help break up the red, which is nice. I was a little worried it was going to be even more red than this, but there is a whole lot of red going on here. You can see her vehicle mode in the lower here. Looks like she's got some new parts molded to actually fill in the gaps of her legs. And originally, I did think this was going to be a remold of Starscream. But it does not look like that's the case. This looks like a brand new mold for Windblade here. She does look like she comes with the exact same sword and scabbard accessory, but I'm not entirely sure. My Windblade is in storage, so I wasn't able to actually grab her for comparison, but we'll make do with what we've got. On the back here, it does show a cool picture of the robot mode and her... Whoa, what was up with that? It's fancy. So it shows the robot mode. She is holding her little fan/headpiece. I don't know if it actually comes with that. It's obviously not on the figure right now, and I don't see it in the package, but that doesn't mean it's not in there. Actually, I might see it in there. It might be in there, covered up by all this stuff. So if that's the case, that's pretty cool. And she transforms in 7 steps, which are shown here on the side, and it looks pretty interesting. So yeah, I'm excited to actually get this figure open and out of the package, so we're going to do just that, and I'll be right back with you guys in just a moment. Alright guys, so here is Windblade in her vehicle mode, and it's a really nice, VTOL jet kind of a thing. I don't know if it's based on an actual model. I would imagine not really, but probably loosely based, if anything. But yeah, I mean, it's a really, really nice design. She's got a nice slim undercarriage. Obviously, this adds a lot of meat to it, but you can just remove the sword and set it off to the side, and you've got a much more slim looking jet. She's got some landing gear you can flip out there. Whoop. There you go. There you go. Landing gear, which flips out and does soft lock into place, which is really nice, and it's actually very easy to get out. There's a little bump right here, and you just push that, and then it flips right out like so, and then you can, just rest her on these on her back feet, which do, stick out a little bit, but on the back there's thrusters and stuff, so it kind of works as landing gear sort of thing. You can see what's going on there. It's just a folded up robot underneath for sure. There's some nice little different colors picked out here. There's some really dark gunmetal gray on the back of both the jet mode and on her thighs. So that's really cool. And of course, this piece is used really effectively to kind of cover up any gaps in the vehicle mode and really, flesh it out while still looking really nice in vehicle mode. I have to say, it's a very nice looking vehicle mode overall. So we'll just flip that up and kind of set this off to the side. I'm going to show you really quickly a comparison with Windblade and Starscream here. You can see Starscream is quite a bit bigger overall, and definitely not, they do not share the same mold. They have a couple of similar elements in their transformation here and there, but overall, completely different figures. I don't think there are any shared parts here, and yeah, so that's really cool. I was a little bit, curious as to how that all went down previously, but now having both of them in hand, I can see that they are totally different molds from one another. So you've got the turbine engines here. They can rotate a full 360 degrees. The blades inside the fans can spin, but not freely. So you can kind of push them. They're very flat. They don't really have, So you can see by the way the light hits them that they do have a slight curvature to them, but it's so slight that it's hard to get your finger in there to actually spin those things. But you can if you really wanted to. But other than that, it's just a really nice vehicle mode. And we've got an equally nice robot mode, in my opinion. So to get there, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and take the back panel here. Just gonna put our fingers right here on the blades and just push that up, and it's gonna accordion up and in just like that, and it does stick out a little bit here. Next we're gonna take the robot arms and pop them out of the sides. They just stick into the sides of the thighs like that, like so. We're gonna go ahead and flip this black panel up and pull this entire section back and just rest it on the back there, and you can see she does indeed come with her hairpiece fan. It was in the package there, so that's pretty cool. That's going to reveal all of that, and now we're going to go ahead and her knees kind of peg onto, and this might be a little hard to see here, her knees do kind of peg onto these little bits here on the back. You can see there's slight indents here where those can kind of stick onto there. So you just kind of bring these back, according the legs down, and then rotate the hips around just like so. Split the leg here, and then we're going to take the tail fin and just flip it up just like this and like this, and that's going to expose the feet. In my opinion, a much more elegant solution to this figure than on the original Generations Deluxe. Again, unfortunately, I don't have that nearby to compare the two, but I'm gonna be reviewing this figure basically on its own merits. So, all right, and then you just flip the wings back a little bit, and you can rotate these around just to give a little bit of design to the robot mode. And then there you have Windblade in her robot mode. Really nice overall. Okay, so like on the previous Deluxe, you do get the scabbard and the sword, which can plug in on either side of her hips. This one does fit a little bit better than previously. You can stick it probably on either one. She's got two. No, this one's a little bit too slim. But on her upper thigh, just right on her hip, she does have the slot where that can plug right in. And, it's fine. And you can take the sword out, which unfortunately is just black this time. It's just solid black. So it's not clear plastic. It's not even a nice color, which is kind of a bummer, honestly. But, these guys are made on a much tighter budget, I believe, than the Generations figures, so it is understandable if a little disappointing. But she's got some nice articulation going on here. So her head is on a ball joint. You can move that around quite a bit. She's got her arms are also ball jointed at the shoulder, which are slightly, no, they're not even really limited by the shoulder pads. They can get a pretty decent range of movement out of them. Maybe a little bit backwards here. She's got a bicep swivel. She's got the elbow joint, which is nice. She does have a hip swivel, which I knocked the scabbard off. Ball jointed hips, again slightly limited just by the cut of the design. She does have a thigh swivel and a knee bend, which you can, if you wanted to, kind of break her knees up if you wanted that deeper bend to happen. But overall, a really nice figure, and honestly, she does have a lot of red, but there's a lot here to break it up, and I think they did a really nice job of that. She does have a bit of a backpack, yes, with the nose of the plane on her back, but she stands just fine. She's got these nice solid heels, which really help her to stand up, and of course she does have the fan as well, and I'm going to pull that out, but first I want to show you guys a close-up of her face, which I think they did a really nice job on the face. She's got nice bright blue eyes, and the face paint looks nice as well. So I think they put a lot of effort and a lot of love into this figure, and it really does show, I feel. So she does have the fan. You can use it as a weapon, I guess, or whatever. I'm not entirely sure what she would do with this, but you've got the option there. She can throw it, or, you know, fan herself, or just have it in her hair, or, you know, on the back of her head, and just make her look that much cooler, with just that little bit of splash of color there. She's got the Autobot, you know, scan symbol on her chest, which I think looks fine. It actually kind of fits in this instance. It's not obtrusive. It looks like a decent pattern. I may go in and just color the outer ring red, just to kind of match a little bit more and make it, you know, just a little bit smaller. It's kind of annoying that this is a little bit off center, and it's kind of driving me crazy, but that's, you know, not that big a deal. You can, of course, plug this into her hand as well if it wants to fit, which, you know, why would it want to fit? I'm trying to record a video. So you got that, and then it's, you know, it's a gun as well. They, you know, sculpted a little bit of a, you know, a barrel into the end there. So you've got options. You can sling it underneath if you so desire. She does have a plug here on the underside of the nose cone of the jet, and of course she does have a little plug back here for a flight stand, which is really, really cool. Quick size comparison. Here she is with Starscream in robot mode, and I think that looks really, really nice. She's a little bit shorter, a little bit slimmer overall, but you can tell she will kick Starscream's butt. Look at that sword. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, so Windblade from Robots in Disguise. I actually prefer her over the Generations figure. I think she's much more solidly built. You know, her joints are nice and tight, and everything works nice. She's got nice articulation. She's got, you know, steady feet. And yeah, overall, I'm very, very happy with her. So really, really cool figure overall. And I'm glad I found her. I'm glad I picked her up. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. It really does help me out. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be back with more Transformers as soon as I can find some. And until then, I'll see you guys. Thanks again for watching. See you in the next one. Bye for now.